All right, here we are. I'm going to apply Tokyo Lights and show you how easy applying Color Street can be. So this is what your package will look like. I like to get my package. I like to have a nail file handy in case I need it. I use a crystal glass nail file. Works the best for your nails so it doesn't tear them apart. And I also like to have a cuticle stick handy with the rubber ends. Before you get started, you want to wash your hands, push back your cuticles, and clean up your nails, file them if you wish. I've already done all of that, so I'm ready to get started. You will notice your package has an opening on the end on the back, so I'm going to open up the package here. It comes with your nail strips. Okay, right here. You get 2 strips of 8. It also comes with an alcohol prep pad, so I will, even though I have washed my hands and removed oils, I will use this to make sure my nails are oil free. And it actually comes with a little nail file if you don't have your own. I like to a lot of times save these, throw them in my purse or different places in case I need one real quick, since I do have my own nail file that I usually use at the house. Alright, so you're going to open up your alcohol prep pad, just clean off your nails, make sure they are oil free. You want to make sure they are free of oils so that your Color Street bonds really well. Okay? Move that all out to the side. You're going to take your nail strips and cut the package open. I am probably just going to use 1 strip of 8 tonight, but you will notice it does come with 2 sets. This is Tokyo Lights. It is our most popular seller. As you can see, it is beautiful, it is sparkly, and it matches really any set you pair with it if you want to do accent nails. Tonight I'm going to do all of this on my nails. I'm not going to use an accent nail, but if you wanted to, you could easily match it with all different kind of colors. Okay. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you can actually tear these apart, and you're going to size them up to see which nail they fit the best, okay? I know this biggest one I don't use, so I'm going to set that aside. And you're actually always going to start with your pinky fingers. So I'm going to come down here. I like to start with this one right here. I'm going to size it up, make sure it fits well. And I know this one's going to fit too. I always like to go a tad bigger, if anything, because you can clean up around the edges if you need to with your cuticle stick. Okay? You're going to take the purple little part right here, peel it off. So then your nail polish, this is the top part. And what I like to do, because I'm going to use this 1 strip on both of my pinkies, I'm actually going to cut it in half. You do not have to do this. You can use a whole strip for your nails. It's up to you. This is the way I like to do it. And then I'm going to tear the backing off. I'm going to pop this little silver part off. So now I'm going to place this on my pinky. You want to place it as close to your cuticle as possible without going over. If you like the placing, you're then just going to smooth it out. I kind of use my thumbnails, this is why you want to do your thumbs last, as a tool. Sometimes people will say, well, my thumb, my nails aren't long, I can't really do that. I mean, mine aren't very long either, but if you have any type of fingernail tip, it pretty much works. So you smooth it out. Then I start folding over the edge here. And this is where you're going to use your thumbnail again, or you can use the cuticle stick right here as your tool. I'm going to use my thumb, and you just I kind of like to bend it back underneath the nail, and they're so flexible, the excess just comes right off, okay? So there's that nail. I'm going to leave it. So you'll notice as I go through this, I rarely even use my nail file, okay? Because it kind of just, it tears so well over the edge of my nails. I usually don't have to do that. I do see one little spot of glitter here that I want to clean up. Just get that off. And there, that one's ready. This is gorgeous. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever used this set. Even it's so popular, I always sell it before I get a chance to use it. All right, I'm going to take my other end here and use my other pinky. I'm going to line it up. And if you're happy, I'm going to look closer. If you're happy with the placement, just start smoothing it out. Use your thumb nail as the tool. Done. Super easy, very pretty. All right, I'm gonna look at these 3 nail strips right here. I believe this is the one I'm gonna use for this. So you just, as you use Color Street more and more, you will learn which strips fit your nails the best. So I kind of already know, but as you're learning, you just take it, you can just kind of bend it over, make sure it's going to cover your whole nail bed, and you can use several strips, you know, kind of look at the different options, and then once you've determined, you can kind of just lay them out and know, you know, those are 3 fingers I'm going to use these on. So I'm going to take this one right here, peel the purple backing. I'm going to cut mine in half. Then I'm going to peel the backing off, pop this silver part off, and get ready to apply. You want to go as close to your cuticles as possible without going over. You can also, a lot of times I take my cuticle with the rubber, cuticle stick with the rubber end and kind of smooth it out. But you do want to be careful with that. You know, the strips are a little bit delicate, so if you press too hard or smooth it, you know, too roughly, it can tear the strip. But a lot of times I often do this to make sure I get a good bond and a smooth application. Take my thumb nail, cut the excess off. That nail is ready to go. I'm going to take the other half, peel it off. Line it up. Here. And as you can see, just kind of smooth it out. This is going relatively quickly. Take my next strip here, peel the purple part off, the same thing. I'm going to cut this in half. And this is the process you do all the way through. And you know, if I'm not talking and trying to look at my placement while videotaping, I'm trying to look at it through the phone, I can usually do a full set in probably about 15 minutes at the most. Maybe a little quicker, just depends. But as you can see, it's a pretty quick process. And the awesome thing about it is once you're done, you're done. There's no dry time. That is probably the #1 thing that sold me on Color Street, because I don't have time to sit around and wait on nail polish to dry. Never have, but especially not now. You know, as adults, there's always things to do. Laundry, dealing with kids. I usually do my nails at night, and by the time I do them, I'm ready to go to bed. So anytime I painted them, even if I thought they were dry, they would have sheet marks on them the next morning, imprints. It just never worked out. So that's, like I said, that's probably the #1 thing that sold me on Color Street, was the no dry time. So I can do my nails and go to bed if I choose right after. I do, because you want them to bond well, I do tell people, even though there's no dry time, you want to make sure that you do give it, I wait at least like 30 minutes before I do any hand washing or taking a shower or lotion. I know a lot of people, you know, other stylists will even say just 15 minutes. I just like to wait to make sure there's a really good bond, because you don't want any oils or water getting in between on the nail, so that'll cause the strip to not adhere as well. So that's a lot of times why I like to do it right before bed, because then I literally just go straight to bed. I don't have to do any lotion or wash my hands or anything like that. Good. I think we will be done in 15 minutes. We're approaching 13 minutes here. Sometimes if I want to do a double layer, I do. I will either double the same nail strip. So like I would take this set and do the same thing over. It's like 2 layers will go on. Or I might would use this one. I might would use a clear overlay, one of the clear overlays that we have, or a dipped glitter like Drippin' in Diamonds or Coming Up Rose Gold. Or if it's a solid, I would probably use Clear as Day, which is our clear coat. It really helps give the solids extra protection. The glitters are more durable than the solid colors. So whenever I do a solid, I almost always use Clear as Day, because then I know I can get a good 9 to 10 days out of it. I just had a solid on for 9 days, and really I probably could have got away with longer, but I just felt like changing it. So all right, here's my thumbnails. I'm doing last. Cleaning up the edges here because it went a little over. Like I said, I prefer for it to go a little over than not cover the full nail bed, because you can always clean up the edges. I'm going to take the last one here, peel off the backing, line it up. Usually when I do the last nail here, I take my cuticle stick and I use that to tear the excess because I don't want to mess up my other thumb that I just did. And that works well. I can usually get it off here. Kind of clean up. This one went a little over too. That's okay. And also, if you have any little extra over and it's just really bugging you and you can't seem to get it without messing up the rest of the nail, just leave it for a little bit. Like if you do it at night, I just leave it until the morning and then I'll kind of clean it up in the morning, because if I really mess with it now, sometimes it can mess with the nail strip that is on the actual nail, and you don't want to mess that up. So there we go. Beautiful. I can see why this is one of our #1 sellers, or it is the #1 seller. That is a gorgeous set. And as you can see, that only took me about 15 minutes, and that was while I was talking. I think I can do them faster than that if I'm not talking, but wow, beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions.